Indian Secularism and Religious Freedom. Mapping the Cross Pressures by Aruthuckal, Varughese John. I'm going to open this book right now. I got it 2 days ago, but today only I'm going to read it. I'll read the blurb. This book examines secularity in India, portraying it as a complex tapestry of social struggles stemming from secularism, which introduces cultural assumptions often at odds with traditional Hindu values. These cross pressures impact both societal and legal realms, influencing how secularism is practiced. The author explores whether secularism inherently carries theological or cultural biases that shape its distinctive expression in India, delving into the intersection of religious freedom, human rights, and legislation, particularly around the contentious issue of religious conversion. The book analyzes how Christian converts integrate their faith with Hindu practices. These adaptive hybrid lifestyles, the author suggests, may provide a unique response to the tensions and challenges posed by secularism. Aruthuckal Varughese John is a professor and the Dean of Faculty at the South Asia Institute of Advanced Christian Studies in Bengaluru, India. He is now the principal. He is an associate with Oxford House Research in Oxford and the author of Truth and Subjectivity, Faith and History, Kierkegaard's Insights for Christian Faith, 2012. It's published by Oxford University Press, and the book has 220 pages. I am just opening it. It smells nice. It smells good, like every book that you want to own. So this is what people think about it. They've written, scholarly people. And this is the first page: Indian Secularism and Religious Freedom, Mapping the Cross Pressures. It's dedicated to Dr. Varughese John's wife, Mary. And so this is the foreword by Christopher Hancock, who is director of Oxford House, an international consultancy that studies the role, culture, ethics, and faith or religion play in contemporary geopolitics. So this is what he thinks about the book. And then we have the preface and the contents. These are the chapters. 6 chapters are there. Introduction, and then chapter 1, is there an Indian secularism? Chapter 2, secularism and its cross pressures. Chapter 3, anthropological assumptions, human rights, and the freedom of religion bills. Chapter 4, portraits of religious conversions. Chapter 5, religious freedom, truth predicates, and the Ghent school. Chapter 6, subversive adaptations of religious converts. I think this would be the most exciting chapter for people like me. Subversive adaptations of religious converts, so people who believe in a new faith, and how do they adapt, because their circumstances are unique. Then conclusion and bibliography. So I'll just read the preface and acknowledgements quickly. The inquiries posed in this book pertaining to the essence of secularism in India deviate from the conventional queries tackled by theologians. One might question whether these inquiries are genuinely theological or whether theologians can contribute significantly to their exploration. It is my expectation, however, that most readers will find that these are inquiries worthy of a theologian's consideration. Undoubtedly, they are pressing and timely. Every day, the news provides illustrations of the cross pressures this work aims to tackle. And despite its theological underpinnings, this study investigates secularism in India through a host of perspectives, including the sociological and philosophical. Well, Dr. Varughese did his PhD in philosophy. He's a theologian, but he's a philosopher too. So he has brought in many perspectives, sociological and philosophical viewpoints also, when he talks about and investigates secularism in India. The genesis of this project can be traced back to 2015 when I composed a short paper. So this is written by Hancock. No, this is written. Yeah, this is written by Dr. Varughese only. The genesis of this project can be traced back to 2015 when I composed a short paper for a conference on the freedom of religion bills implemented by various Indian states. This is something that we all are interested in. While initially not envisioned as a book, this endeavor ignited a desire to gain an understanding of these issues that transcended politics and extended into the realm of social and cultural differences. Subsequently, I delved into various facets of these concerns through presentations at several other conferences. This publication stitches these distinct papers into a cohesive yet multifaceted argument. While these religious and cultural issues lack straightforward solutions, fostering a heightened awareness, if not appreciation, for their intricacies may pave the way for more effective approaches to address them. The realization of this project owes much to the encouragement of colleagues and friends who supported me throughout its duration. Regular meetings with the Langham International Postdoc cohort played a crucial role in refining my ideas. A 10-month sabbatical at the Overseas Ministry Study Center in New Haven provided an excellent environment for writing, which resulted in the publication of a key argument in the International Bulletin of Mission Research. This sabbatical also granted access to Yale's libraries and a unique opportunity to engage with the Taylor Reading Group organized by the Yale Divinity School. In the spring of 2019, the group proved invaluable to me as I navigated through several of Charles Taylor's works that have since significantly informed the argument in this book. The manuscript underwent numerous revisions, and I would like to express my gratitude to Robert Frykenberg, John J. Koch, David Muthukumar, Prashanti Mikhela, and Preeti Matthew for reviewing portions of the earlier draft. A special acknowledgement goes to Josh Maloney for his extensive and excellent editorial contributions to this work. Certainly, no one else can be held responsible for the blemishes that persist in the book and my reading. They are entirely my own. Many have contributed to this journey, including family and friends. I want to express my gratitude to Bobby John, Joby Matthew, J. John, and Monsi Matthew for their support. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Chris Hancock, who graciously penned the foreword for this book. I extend my sincere thanks to Akash Singh Rathore, editor of the series Religion and Democracy, reconceptualizing religion, culture, and politics in a global context, for constantly working alongside me since late 2021. Additionally, I appreciate the exceptional efforts of Natasha Sarkar and her team at Oxford University Press in bringing this project to fruition. I also want to express my appreciation to the editors who have given permission to republish papers that appeared in various journals and edited volumes. Likewise, a section of Chapter 6 was published in International Journal for Religious Freedom. I thank these editors for allowing me to publish essays that appeared in their volumes. We could go through some part of the introduction as well. In 2022, the Bharatiya Janata Party ruled state of Karnataka endured a spate of communal strife that included at least three distinct conflicts. The first conflict pertained to Azan, the Muslim prayers usually broadcast over loudspeakers, which were banned between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., ostensibly to prevent noise pollution. The ban, however, came at the behest of certain right-wing Hindu organizations that threatened to play Hindu bhajans, devotional songs, on loudspeakers near mosques if their objection was not addressed. In the second conflict, the Karnataka High Court upheld a government law prohibiting students from wearing the hijab in school, reasoning that hijab is not essential to Islam. The third conflict related to the Karnataka government's ordinance banning forced religious conversions in the state. Since the BJP did not have a majority in the upper house, it became law with the governor's approval. These three controversies indicate the complexities Indians face regarding religious belief in the public sphere. In the first case, Azan might be deemed problematic because the noise from the loudspeakers intrudes into the public arena without common consent. In India, however, secularism does not insist on the privatization of religion and its practice, so Azan typically should not create a problem, especially given that life on the subcontinent is infused with similar noises from festivities and celebrations. In this case, the new law seems to be a push towards greater privatization of certain prayers. Unlike Azan, where one's religious practice intrudes into public spaces in the form of noise, wearing the hijab is a matter of personal religious expression, in which an individual publicly identifies herself through her distinct appearance. Recent tightening of school rules around uniforms, which otherwise exempted Muslim students in hijab and Catholic nuns in habits, have begun to redraw the boundaries of such religious expression in public spaces, even though pictures of gods adorn the walls of government offices, and it is not strange to observe Hindu pujas during ceremonies in public schools. The attempt to restrict hijab suggests the boundaries between religion and politics remain unsettled. In the third case, Karnataka became the ninth Indian state to ban religious conversion by misrepresentation, force, fraud, allurement, or marriage. Support for such a ban is predicated on the argument that religious conversions often involve force or duplicity. Those opposed to the ordinance argue that the law not only prevents genuine conversions but also can be used to harass Christians with false allegations. This conflict reflects differences over the meaning of religious liberty in Indian society. Some argue that conceptions of religious freedom are themselves products of religion and culture, and therefore, given this asymmetry of cultures, the subcontinent should be governed by its own notion of religious liberty rather than the Western one. If Indians embrace this argument, what would it mean for a society that has already adopted a constitution framed by Western assumptions that are alien to it? These conflicts over religion suggest that secularism in India remains unstable, both in theory and practice. Rajiv Bhargava argues that the Indian version of secularism is characterized by principled distance which entails a form of political neutrality